What is up? Yes, today's paper review is of the T-14 152, and the beauty of it is all of the stats other than the 152mm cannon are the exact same to the regular T-14. So, and honestly, what I would do for you guys is show you the stats of this gun first. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Bang. So as you can see, the 152 version, or the regular version, is still quite capable. Now, this is the 152mm version. Bang. Yeah, this bitch gets down here. Like no kizzy. Dude, the damage and the penetration is just... it's actually absurd. Like, there's a reason they call this the heavyweight of Tier 4. And there's a reason I only put one tank higher than this. And that's the T-95. And that's just because that's one of these on fucking steroids. There's a reason the T-95 is very hard to get. And very few people have the T-95. Look at this thing, dude. T-95M. I know I showed you this in my other video, but like, look at this. Yeah. This looks absurd. Look, it's got a cannon coming out of the turret up there. That's got to be at least a fucking 30mm cannon. Might be a 20. Yeah, regardless. Shit looks pimp. So does this thing, though. Now, we're gonna start with... I showed you the weapon, the health. I've got mine... I mean, 54,000 for a full max level Mark II. Like, it's not the best health. But the armor makes up for that, you feel me? The upgraded Russian tank was armed with a 152mm caliber gun, in addition to the armored vehicle receiving hypersonic armor-piercing sub-caliber projectiles and volumetric explosive munitions. Otherwise, the platform did not receive any changes, neither in the armor nor in the running characteristics. So like I said, the exact same other than a different millimeter cannon. And yeah, dude, as you just seen, this thing's fucking insane. Regardless, let's look at the armor real quick. Boom. Yeah. It says 250, right? Or 280, right? But I gotta put that 67 degrees into play, and it puts it at a position where you need about a 900mm round to, you know, faithfully penetrate that. It's almost easier to fucking pin this. And what I do like about this is it does have 3000 durability era. Yeah, it's only 35mm, but it's in all the places that matter. At least for that one-time protection. 630. I mean, there's just not much to say other than it's an all-around beat. Now, I will say 657. That's why I say the 700mm threshold. Like, if you don't have at least 700mm penetration, you're not gonna compete. You're just not. And I say at least 700mm in a fin stabilizer round. That's not including a good heat round. But I usually don't really use heat rounds, so. The turret is all around decent. I feel like it's a little weak, but I feel like that's just for, you know, can't really make it too OP. And then of course the gun ring. You could get away with the 640 millimeter. That'll pen that for sure. All around decent tank for sure. And of course, the gun ring is so absolutely small, it's not even really an issue. Like, I don't even know if you could hit that if you were trying. Like, you know what I mean? So it doesn't have that weakness, but at the same time, this is such a weakness right there. Like 542, almost any tier 4 tank can, any tier 4 tank can pen it. Barrel. So, I don't know if that's new or if that's always been like that. Now, the durability being at 12,000, I'm pretty sure that's for every tank, so it's definitely not weak, but it definitely has its weaknesses, as all tanks do, except the T-95M. And I'm kind of saying that in hopes. I've yet to actually see its armor layout, so I'm just imagining that it's God tier. I'm imagining it's this with all the issues fixed. Yeah. Yeah, so it's an all-around fucking beast of a tank. I do love that it has spaced armor. I won't lie. I do wish it had the ballistic, because I just love that bonus. If it had ballistic, dude, that'd be insane. But I do get why this is nice, because it doesn't really need the ballistic. But this is a nice addition. Just helps add to that tankiness, you know what I mean? All around beautiful tank. All around good tank. Way better than the real world counterpart. You know what I mean? Because the real world counterpart, well, I'm not even going to talk crap, but just not the hype everybody wanted it to be. But that's what I've heard, you know? It's not like I've drove one and went into battle on one. Shit, I wish I could. Regardless. Yeah, good tank. Now it's time to score it. So, if anybody has forgotten, the basis is based off of the T-95 being a 10 and the T-90A being a 0. We've reviewed a couple other tanks to kind of help us decide. We're going to kind of have to level it out based on those. I would say, this definitely fucking drops its tier down significantly. I'd say it's an easy 9.3 if this wasn't the case, if this thing right here wasn't the case. But honestly, it's more of a 8.79. That's my rating, 8.79. Booyah. Booyah, ladies and gentlemen. That is the T-14 152 and the T-14 regular. Yeah. The regular T-14, not the 152, would be the 8.5 to 8.7. Yeah. I think that's fair. Hell yeah. Thanks for playing with us. Leave a thumbs up, leave a like if you liked it. You know, leave some comments, help me improve my videos. You know, these are for us. You know, these are to get sponsored by the game. I just love the game, love the community. Might as well, right? That's what's up. Have a good night, y'all.